Hi, teacher.
Let me see who are here. We have Fatima, Mona, Tanas, Faize, Muhammad Reza, Nazanin, Sahra, and Ronak. Okay, good to have you all in the class. Let me just know about your levels to be able to run the class with each other. So, as you know, today is related to Evolve 1 and Evolve 2. So, wait a moment. Evolve 1. Evolve 2. Choose your termic level, please. Okay, as I can see, most of you are level 1. Alright, that's good. So, if we're going to just consider how questions that in which situation we need which form of how. Like, for example, how many, how much, how long, how often, and so on. Because of that, I upload this picture for you. Just wait a moment, let me make it downloadable. You can save the picture right now. So let's see. The first one is how far. Okay, how far is asking about what? Asking about distance. Guys, distance in Farsi is masafat. Okay, like how far is your house from here? For example, you say 10 kilometer, 2 kilometers. Okay, so how far is asking about distance. Next one, how old, not how old are you? It asks about your age. How old is your granddad? He is 80 years old. He is 70 years, something like that. How many? How many is about quantity. Quantity in Farsi is kamiyat, the numbers. For example, 5 people, 10 people, countable nouns. How many people are here? Say there are 100 people. There are many people, something like this. Next one, how often? How often is asking about frequency. Like how often do you dance? In Farsi we say har chand vakht ye bar. How often do you go to the cinema? How often do you watch a movie? For example, you say I watch a movie every day. How often do you go to the cinema? I go to the cinema every week. How often do you study English? I study English every Saturday. Okay, so how often is asking about frequency of time. Next one, how long? How long is about period of time. یه بازه زمانی. How long is your English class? Say my English class is 1 hour and 30 minutes. Let me type it in public chat for you. How often do you have an English class? English class. Okay, you say, this is the question. I type it in public chat. You say, I have an English class. For example, twice a week. Twice means 2 times. Twice a week. Okay? But when the question is how long is your English class, you say it is 1 hour and half, or 1 hour and 30 minutes. It's like this. It is 1 hour and 30 minutes. Next one, how much? How much is again about quantity, but it's about uncountable now, such as coffee, sugar, tea, milk. It's uncountable. For example, guys, for books, I should say how many or how much books? How
many?
How many? Exactly. Because it's countable. For milk, what should be the how much or how much?
How much?
Almost. Because milk is uncountable. How much milk? Next one. How tall? That's about height. How tall are you? For example, say, how tall is she? She is 170 centimeter, like that. Next one. How high? So how tall is for somebody, a person, but how high is for mountain, for building, something like that. How deep? چقدر عمیقه? How deep? Depth is the noun, deep is adjective. Let me type it for you in public chat. Deep, adjective, depth, noun. Okay. How deep is the ocean? For example, say 50 meters depth. How fast? How fast do you drive? چقدر سریع? You say, I drive very fast. I drive a little fast. How big? How big was a dinosaur? The dinosaur was very big. How big is your bag? My bag is not very big. How heavy? چقدر سنگینه? The weight. How heavy is the box? The box is very heavy. The box is not very heavy. So you should answer like this. Now, I want you to take a look at the picture and type questions for me in public chat with how. You can choose any of them. How old, how many, how much, how long. But just the question, okay? Not answer. I'm waiting for your questions in public chat. Let's go. Type them, please. How much money do you need, excellent. Faiza, because pen is countable, you need the plural now. I mean, how many pens? How many pens are there on the desk? Excellent, Ronak. Tanaz, how many cars are there in the picture? How deep is that lake? Excellent. need to say sorry. دوستان اشتباه میکنید کاملا طبیعیه. من اینو تو پرانتز بهتون بگم. یه سری هستن وقتی که اشتباه مینویسن یا من بهشون میگم که چه موردی اشتباه بوده، کلا دیگه به قول معروف احساس میکنن که ننویسن بهتره. هیچ ایرادی نداره. خب شما تا صبح هم اشتباه بنویسین اصلا مهم نیستش. این کلاس ها رو میان که اشتباه کنید که یاد بگیرید. اوکی؟ پس کسی که بیشتر تایپ میکنه یا حالا تو بریکاوتشون بیشتر صحبت میکنه اون برای من مهمه، حتی اگر تمام جملاتش اشتباه باشه، چون انقدر باید اشتباه بگین که اوکی بشه. پس هیچ اشکالی نداره. اوکی؟ That's completely fine. It's okay. نازنین how long is the play? Don't forget is. Excellent, Annaz. How far is your clinic? Faiza, how much water is there in the glass? Guys, when you use how much, how many, and blah blah, you need the verb. You need to say how much is. How long is the play? How far is your English class? Exercise. How long do you stay at work? چقدر سر کار میمونی؟ How long do you stay at work? How much orange juice is there in my glass? Nazan, how much orange juice is there in my glass? Okay. So now let's move to the practice, then we move to the speaking. At first practice, let me upload it. This practice. Let it be uploaded. How heavy is your bag? Yes. Okay, guys, type your answers, okay, about this exercise. Exercise D. Number 1 until number 7. Type your answers, please. How much or how many? Number 1, how much? Because it's about the price, that's about money. How much did your new dress cost? Number 2, again, how much? Excellent, because that's about milk. 3, how many? Because of students, plural noun, which is countable. How many people? How much water? How many aunts? How much chocolate? Because that's uncountable. Okay, so this part you should just choose the correct form of the verb for these numbers. I mean number 1 till number 8. I'm talking about part H, this part. Let's go. For example, number 1, which one is correct? How big, how often, how high? Type your answers, please. Number 1, river, how deep? Excellent, Parveen. Yes, Tanaz, excellent. Tanaz, it has been 3 weeks or 4 weeks that you are in my class and you improve a lot. You know, improve? You know the meaning of that? Improve. It means پیشرفت کردن. And in these 4 sessions, you improve a lot. That's great. Parveen, how fast? For number 2, yes. How fast is your internet? نه تناز number 4 رو نمیگم. من 3-4 جلسه از فکر میکنم تو کلاس هستی، خیلی پیشرفت داشتی تو جوابات. Sahra, how high is Mount Everest? Excellent, Sahra. Number 4, Mona, how often do you go to the museum? Excellent, Mona. Parveen, how high? Yes. Ronak, correct. How old is your grandmother? Number 7. How wide? Wide in Farsi means پهن. How wide is that road? How about number 8? For number 8, Ronald, how big is the memory on your phone? That's okay, but also we can say how old. For example, you say, I have this memory on my phone, I don't know, for example, 10 years, 5 years, whatever. Okay. Number 8. I said in number 8, we can say how old is the memory on your phone. When we use how old for TV, memory, cell phone, and blah blah, you need to talk about the years that you bought it. You're welcome, Ronald. So let's move to this one. Wait a moment. The question for these items. The question, for example, if you are well, the question is how are you? Answer, I'm well. Number 2, 3, 4. Type your answers. Your questions on. Number two, oh no, completely, guys. Excellent one. Like, how much is your car? Or how much does it cost? Number three, how old is your brother? Guys, type it completely, not just how old, okay? Number four, how long? Yeah. How long is the flight? 2 hours, 1 hour? Okay, number 5, 6, 7, 8.
تموم شد؟
No, it's not. I'm waiting for all the answers. Number 5, it's about distance. No, guys. Number 5 that we have distance is how far. How far is your house from the airport? 6 is about quality. كيفية quality. Ronak, that's about past. Your interview went well. So we need the past of it. Excellent, Sahra. How was your interview? Muhammad Saleh. Yes, how much water is there in the bowl? The speed of the train, of course. How fast? Excellent, Sahra. Okay, guys. Yes, Ronald, how fast? If you like, you can save the picture for yourself. Save it, please, if you like, because I wanna remove it. I wanna upload another one for speaking. Here we have some items. You should make questions. Let it be uploaded. Wait a second. And also, let me make this picture downloadable too. It's downloadable. So what should you do? You should make questions. For example, look at the pictures. For example, this one. You say, okay, how often do you do your homework? Or for example, this one. How often do you read books? How often do you take a picture? based on the little pictures that you have, you need to make questions, okay, and ask each other. For example, imagine Nazanin and I are in one room. I say, Nazanin, how often do you read books? She says, I read books once a week. Then next picture, Nazanin asks me a question. Say, how often do you eat pizza? So I never eat pizza. That's it. Okay? Do you understand what should you do? It's okay? No questions, no problems? Okay, seems no. So don't forget to download the picture, then join the breakout rooms. So guys, welcome back, welcome back. Let's wait for our others to just join us again. I'm gonna tell you some examples with each of them. For example, let's start with this one. How often do you do your homework? How often do you go to the cinema? The second one. For this one, we can say, how often do you buy an ice cream? We can say, how much water do you drink every day? Or how much milk, how much chocolate milk, whatever, like that. For this one, we can say, how often do you do the ironing? For example, for this one, we can say, how often do you make a snowman? For this one, how often do you ride a horse? For this one, we can say, how often do you eat pizza? And look at this one. This is really important. Once in a blue moon. Oh my God, Nazanin, come on. The voice is okay. The voice is okay for others. Let me type for Nazanin, guys. Wait a moment, she cannot hear us.
Excuse me. Thank you.
No, not you.
I'm listening.
Not you. For you, it's okay, Nazain. Moment, it's okay. Nazain Alipur is typing for me.
Uh, Teacher, I hearing this voice.
Okay, thank God, because you were just typing. Once in a blue moon, guys, it means rarely, okay? Rarely, hardly ever. So, for example, for this one, how often do you eat strawberries? How often do you play cards? Um, how often do you get up at 11 or at 12? So, but this time the questions are just about how often, because I want you to practice them at first and then we move to other how questions. Just how often, okay? The questions are in a public chat. Check the public chat. So when the questions are with how often, you need to answer with once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, usually, always, sometimes. You need to answer like that. Let me just join you to the room to be able to talk about. Don't forget to copy the questions, then join the breakout room. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Let's wait for others to join us again. Okay, good. So, any problems about the questions with how often?
No question.
Okay, that's great. But next one is how many and how much. That you should pay attention to the noun, that if it's countable, how should you answer? If it's uncountable, how should you answer? That, for example, you say, okay, there is, there are, I have, a few, a little, and so on. Let me just type them on the board. So, as I said, when you use a few, it's for countable nouns, and when you use a little, that's for uncountable nouns. But when you use some, any, enough, a lot of, lots of, you can use them for countable, uncountable. Uncountable nouns. For both groups, we can use them actually. Okay? So it depends on actually the noun that you have. So pay attention to the noun that is countable or uncountable to be able to use it. And even about the question, in the question you can understand that, for example, in that question I have how many or how much, to just choose the correct form. So wait a moment, let me put the questions. And it's not necessary to be honest, okay? Guys, don't forget to copy the questions from public chat. Look at them. For example, one of them is, how many times a month do you go shopping? I go shopping every week. I go shopping once a month. Once in a month is فارسی, okay? یک بار در ماه نمیگیم. یه بار ماه. Once a month. In is فارسی, okay? Don't say that. For example, twice a week. 3 times a year. Like this. So copy the questions, please, then join the breakout rooms.
تیچر ممکنه منو وارد بریکت اون کنی؟
منم صدای تیچر من هیچ صدایی ندارم.
فاطمه و نازنین، شما 2 نفر تقریبا هر 5 ثانیه یک بار به مشکل میخورید. دوستان من همه چیز رو براتون توضیح دادم کامل. من شما رو وارد روم میکنم و شما باید جوین بشید. الان من تو گروه های دیگه داشتم به بقیه بچه ها گوش میدادم، ولی متاسفانه باید بیام اینجا دوباره به خاطر اینکه شما نمیتونید جوین شید. ببینید یک لینک من براتون میفرستم. شما اگر اینترنتتون استیبل باشه قطع نمیشین از بریک اوت روم. واقعا دیگه نمیدونم من چطوری باید این موضوع رو بهتون بگم. دوستان شما اینترنتتون اگر اوکی باشه یک بار وارد بریک اوت روم بشید دیگه قطع نمیشید. اگر مدام میافتین بیرون اینترنتتون ضعیفه. همونطور که میبینید بقیه بچه‌ها نمیافتن بیرون از روم. بعد من میرم گروه‌های دیگه که اشتباهاتشون رو گوش بدم بهشون بگم، دوباره مجبورم بیام اینجا که جوینتون می‌کنم. باره فکر می‌کنم 5م یا 6م از اول کلاس. لطفاً با اینترنت استیبل جوین بشید که این مشکل پیش نیاد، چون توی حق بقیه زبان آموزا هم ضایع میشه.
You are currently the only person in this conference. You are currently the only person in this conference. You are currently the only person in this conference. You are currently the only person in this conference.
Welcome back. Let's wait for others to join us. Guys, please be sure about your internet connection when you join the class. Okay, just check your internet connection, please. Because seriously, it's annoying when I'm listening to other guys and I should just come to the main class for joining some guys again and again. So it's really bothering. Please be sure about your internet connection, then join. I'd appreciate it. So let's move to the practice. For the first one, as you can see on the board, number 1 till number 5.
چرا تو پابلیک چت بنویسیم؟
Please don't speak English, Tanas. This is the million of times that I say don't speak English. Excellent, Ronak. Yes, Mona, perfect. What is your name? Yeah. No, because of actor. Because of actor, who? Who is your favorite actor? And where are you from? When is your birthday? What color is your new car? How old are you? Whose books are these? Yeah, that's about belonging. Why did you quit your job? What was the reason? When are you going to America? Yes, why? Why aren't you going? Okay, that's fine. You can just save the picture if you like. It's downloadable, guys. You can save it. So let's move to next practice. Let me upload the picture. It is being uploaded. Wait a moment. Okay, let's start with the first one. Number 1, 2, 5, 6. For the first one, how often do you go to the cinema? How often do you go shopping? Shopping doesn't have to. We shouldn't say to. Go shopping. Do aerobics. Connect the internet. This part. Excellent, Ronak. Yes. Thank you. Yes, Faiza, correct. For which one? For 18? No, polish. Wash means شستن. How often do you travel by train? How often do you check your email? Surf online. Play online is okay. How often do you use ride a horse, polish your shoes? Yes, for animals, of course, you need to say right. Okay, number 3, 4, 7, 8, 11, 12. How often do you have, because you need simple verb, brush your teeth, ride your bicycle, play volleyball? Because of 2, yeah, because of 2, we should say sign up to Facebook. Scan for virus.
Question
Yeah.
11. Sign up.
Sign up. Yeah, G
Sign
is
up.
sign up. Yes, sign up.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. Guys, 15, 16, 19, 20. So, how often do you order fast food? You know, if we want to use eat as a verb, it must be simple. We cannot say eating. ING is the problem. Visit. Because saw is the past form and meeting has ING. So the simple one. Wake up. Argue with your parents. Yes. Okay. So let me just minimize the picture. Guys, you can download it if you like. Any questions about them? Any problems? No, that's okay. Okay, so
یعنی چی؟
argue بحث کردن. Argue with someone. If we want to summarize what we talk, we can say that we talk about how often, how many, how much. You should categorize your mind that whenever you are talking about how many or how much, you need to pay attention to countable nouns and uncountable. But for how often, as I said, we can use once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. And also we can use always, usually, sometimes, hardly, ever, never, and so on. Like I said, how often do you study English? You can say I study English once a week, and also you can say I study English every week, or I sometimes study English. All of these answers are correct, but you cannot use them together. I mean, you cannot say, for example, I always study English every day. This is wrong. Always and every day together, no, one of them. That's it. Any questions? Any problems? No, seems no. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for your nice participation. I hope this session was useful for you. Take a good care of yourself and have a nice week. Catch you later next week on Saturday. Next week we will talk about simple past. I mean, was, were, and simple past. So if you like to know about simple past, you can just reserve the class. We will see each other. That's it. Take care. Have fun. Goodbye.
Thank you.
You're
Bye.
welcome, Zen. Goodbye. You're welcome, Faiza. Goodbye. Take care. Anytime, Mona. Take care.